Separation, teacher determined. Another way that we can maintain strict separation of the two languages in the same school system is by using different teachers for different languages. Now, how does that happen? What we do is that languages are divided for teachers. So there is an Urdu teacher and there is an English teacher. However, this sort of thing might be combined with time separation for languages also and place separation for languages also. So you can have a specific time at which one teacher takes over and then there is a time at which the other teacher takes over. This can also be combined by place where the students will be required to change places or to change classrooms. We'll come back to this latter thing in the next module. So what happens when the two different teachers are allocated to a class to teach them two different languages is that they at alternate times, different teachers take over, and sometimes it also happens because if you have several classrooms, which is what actually happens in a real life situation, then you have, like we have this Urdu teacher teaching a group of different students in a specific language, and you have this English teacher who is teaching, for instance, English to different groups of students. But over here, when we are talking about bilingual education, we do not mean only the teaching of languages, we mean languages used as a medium of instruction. So most probably or not, these teachers are either working on the same subjects but different topics or different subjects. This again depends on the program itself. Another way to do it by what we call side-by-side. Now, what is this side-by-side system? In this side-by system, bilingual teachers in the same class act as if they were monolingual. That is, each teacher will only speak one language at a time with the students, while the other teacher will speak the other language even when they are working side by side in the same classroom. Advantage is that at a specific time only one language is being used, but since the other teacher is present, the teacher will either remain silent or she can also support the children in the language for which she has been assigned in somehow some supportive way. So the main teacher, the main language in which the subject has to be covered will only be covered by the main teacher who is doing it. Advantage in this system is that you do not require one teacher to have full proficiency over all the subjects in the two languages. Now you have two different teachers who might be very good in one language and they might not be so good in the other language, but together they can somehow work together to teach different subjects. So if one of the teachers is only a receptive bilingual, that is, she can understand the language, but she cannot really produce it, then even she will be able to work in that class system. However, the administrative cost goes up. It doubles the number of taught children also, and two teachers in the same class at the same time, each using one single language, is helpful. But of course, there is a problem in terms of cost, and there is also one has to be careful that there has to be close collaboration between the teachers. You don't have to have two teachers speaking two different languages simultaneously, which can be problematic and very confusing for the children. So the lessons have to be planned collaboratively and very carefully. So the positive point is that at times when a language is being used for which the subject has been allocated and the student is not very proficient in that language, then the student might find some sort of support from the other teacher who knows the other language. In any case, one has to remember that the cost is higher and the collaboration between the teachers has to be done carefully, and the lessons have to be really carefully thought out.